Okay, let's do it.
It starts so early now. But cooking always makes me feel better. I got some purple skillet for the table, and I made a small cake. You know what? I got us a bottle of wine. It'll be a good dinner. Where's Joe? Gone. Patient? Oh, we can wait dinner for him then.
Great. Pause. Francesca, if she's taking off her sweater, what does that mean for your plan?
That she's not.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna give you text immediately. You gotta go in to fix it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because I don't think I want you to get that far.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? And then, like, I think the disruption, let that really disrupt. Reagan, there was a moment where you were about to go into something and you stopped before Francesca really stopped you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that, I don't need that.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like, you just, 1 to 2 seconds, you keep going.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Okay, great. So, great entrance on, like, carrying what you're carrying. Francesca, now that we flipped it up, you gotta feel this. Yeah. Because she said gone and she gave it to you in a way that she's never given it before. So you pick up that ouch and that should change that pivot.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah. And I think it is making make sense. Let's just use that as a baseline until it changes, right? Because this doesn't make sense. Because like everything was solved. Does that make sense? Okay, let's play. So, and I want you to know that. So when she comes in her state, let that text fly out anytime you feel like you need to fix it. Okay, let's play again.
Start so early now. Cooking always makes me feel better. I put a small cake in the oven and I got us a bottle of wine. It'll be a good dinner. Where's Joe? Gone. A patient? We can wait dinner for him then. He won't be back. You mean he won't be back? He won't be back at all. What happened? What happened, Karen? He thought we'd been lovers. I don't believe it. What kind of awful talk is that? I don't believe you. I don't believe it. All right. But didn't you tell him? Didn't you tell him it isn't true? Yes. And he didn't believe you? I guess he believes me. What have you done? This is all wrong. It's crazy. I don't. What? You guessed that he believed you? There's no guessing about it. Okay, why didn't you? I don't know. Why didn't you? I don't want to ever talk about it, Martha.
Okay, great, pause. Lovely. So I think this, and this cross, that's for me, Reagan, the first time I've seen you in this scene. Know exactly, and I promise you, you can do that every beat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I want to change something with the changing. What if we actually play out here as the change? So you take off your necklace there, but like the pajama situation is out there.
Okay.
Does that make sense? And then let's see what that does even for the language, right? Because right now, she takes off the shirt, right? Let's think about the time period, and also this taking off your shirt now is completely different. Does that make sense? And also for you to follow her is completely, does that make sense? Okay, great, let's take it back from over there. It got a little, where it got fuzzy for me, is it all right?
Yeah, I had another one, I didn't get it out in time, and I was just like, that line is confusing to me, because I feel like this time I was annoyed, because
so then,
she said that's not what I want. I want her to say she did believe it. It makes me feel crazy again.
Okay, so if she's not giving you what you want, do you want to repeat her line back to her?
Yeah.
I mean, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because what we don't want, you never have to be an ugly. That's what I want to let you know. And now that we've got you wired in a way that's back to your instincts, I'd rather you not sit and I'd rather you not be in the ugly. So repeat her line back to her if it's not what you want, and Francesca's got to change it.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, great, let's take it back. This already feels a lot better. But I shouldn't say better. Grounded. Yeah. And it's good for you too, Francesca, because I feel like you had a lovely stream of activation ever since we've been starting it.
It makes sense. It's really helpful.
I love it. Okay, great. So I want to give you something for your sake, right? So because you're in the deficit, but you're in the the green. What deficit versus clearly we're not math or finance majors. Okay, great. Meaning you're on right? Okay. Because I said deficit.
Oh, we're not in the black?
In the black, it's
Yeah.
the gray, okay. So when you're in the black, it's this is everything is soft. Does that make sense? And I think you having the polar opposite of that too is going to, does that make sense? So you have no reason for concern. This is all the way, you're going to be good. Because Joe, this is all worked out. Okay, great, let's take it back. And you need it to be worked out because you don't have, this is it for you. Okay, great. All right, let's take it back. What happened? Did we get there?
No.
Oh. You mean he won't be back?
Okay, you mean he'll be back for tonight?
Okay.
Yeah. You mean he won't be back anymore tonight? He won't be back at all. He won't be back at all. Fine. Whoa.
Oh, what happened?
What happened?
Yeah, let's take it back.
Sorry.
No, that's good because she's giving you something different. Okay, here we go.
You mean he won't be back anymore tonight? He won't be back at all.
No, okay, great. Let's start in behavior. Put your shirt back on. Let's start in behavior from what happened? What happened here?
Okay.
Yeah.
What happened? What happened, Karen? He thought we had been lovers. I don't believe you. I don't believe it. What kind of awful talk is that? I don't believe you. You don't believe me. No. You don't believe me. I don't believe it. You don't believe me. I don't believe it. You don't believe me? I don't believe it. All right. All right. Didn't you tell him? Didn't you tell him? Didn't you tell him it isn't true? Yes. And he didn't believe you?
Yeah.
He didn't believe you? Karen, he didn't believe you?
There you go. That's it.
He didn't believe you? I guess he believed me. Then I don't understand. It's crazy. Okay, you guessed that he believed you. There is no guessing about it. There isn't. I don't want to ever talk about it, Martha. I wanted that for you so much.
Okay, great, Reagan, right now, I don't think that you're reading whether or not you're getting what you want. It feels to me like you're already certain, right? So which means that which is one of the tricky things that I was talking about, like what is the nuance of win and loss inside of this, right? And so I think it's like as she's giving you this text, give me some of your lines.
You guessed that he believed you. There's no guessing about it.
Yeah.
Why didn't you?
Right. So, like, I think the rub is, why are you, does that make sense?
I see. What have you done?
Yes, and that for me was like, I think what you're trying to do right now is there's some protection around the A, right? Meaning she ruined this thing and now is acting like, oh, I don't, and has forced you to make the decisions out of the benefit and the betterment. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so I think the energy that that's still like, oh, I don't know if I'm going like red or green, is because it's like, it's the containment. It's like, how can you get her to either own up or stop the act?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? And the obstacle is the A. Is because you know that she is fragile. Does that make sense? I think the obstacle is the A, because you can't come in here and say, this is all your fault, this is all, because also you don't all the way know.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So what if I added a little something to what you've already got cooking, which is, did you make an advance not knowing? Did you send her a green light and didn't know? Right? I just want to make A more complicated.
Yeah.
Right? Because what we're discovering is the obstacle in the character. And right now, you're giving that text and it sounds cold to me, meaning like it sounds just like get away, rather than the pivot. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I think when she's giving text, like you're literally reading her for like, why do you act like, why is this, like, what is this act? What is this, like, you know what it is. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I think the reason why you don't unleash altogether is because the A is the possible of it, like is it or isn't it for you? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I think that that's what this hot and cold, I think that's why it's so freaking hard in this beat for us to figure out what's a win or a loss, because she's trying to figure it out as well. Does that make sense? So you've got to be reading Francesca for a sign of like, are you not crazy?
Yeah. And it changes once. Okay. Yes.
Does this make sense?
Yes. So first I need her to tell me something.
Or whatever she's giving you is like all this pretend stuff, and you're like, honey, we are so far past that.
Yeah.
And then the hysterics, I don't believe, and it's like, listen, we've already gone there, we've done does that make sense? Now it's about like real life. Because if this was just like a fever dream, right now it is done. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I think like, so I really want you to take the time to read her. I'm trying to think of like, if yours is make it make sense, I think like I'm gonna call it a drone note. A drone note is something that I'm gonna try to figure out to help me with my beat. And I think after every line, it's like, are you serious? Or really right now? Like that's what it feels like in my body of like we're not gonna do the thing. You're going like we're gonna do this instead of the confession, instead of does that make sense? Because it almost feels like after you did this grand gesture, either it is or it ain't.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And she's so in between, and I think that in between is like, and every time she's in between, I think that's what the all right is. All right. All right, because she's not giving you what you want, and then does that make sense? Yeah. So I appreciate like us finding like that more of a burst of your impulses. Now, make sure I think it's imperative that you're reading her for every little sign, and then when you don't get it, you're out of there. Does that make sense? And I think that's what's gonna help with addressing area too. So let's play this, Francesca, when you're here. So like, this is okay, but you got this, where I still see you, right? And if you can't go all the way in, you still have this. Does that make sense? Reagan, bring back here and change your clothes like WWHD. Does that make sense? Like you are not rushing, you are doing the thing. And if she wins and you want to give a line, great, give it. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay, great. Where you from, Francesca? This picture is different, right? And so I do feel like it's a little bit of trying to hold on to the fantasy as long as possible. That okay. So just remember that. So when you're not getting, there's also like use this as an because before we were using it not as a distraction, but before we were using it in real time, like when it was still happening. What if this is now, let's reality layer it, that like, if all of this is like set up, like this embraces all the things that are around.
Because this reality is still possible.
Exactly. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I want to endow that activity so that you're not faking like activation, but that you need it.
Yes.
So let's figure that out. Does that make sense? Okay, great. Okay, can we take it back?
Yeah.
I think it's the all right.
Yeah.
I want to get us back from the all right. Excuse me. Thank you. You have thoughts?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't believe you on that one. I don't believe I don't believe you. I don't believe it.
Repeat.
I don't believe
Change her.
I don't believe you. You don't believe me. You don't believe me. No, I don't believe you. You don't believe me? No. All right. Okay, all right. Didn't you tell him? Didn't you tell him? Is it true? Yes. And he didn't believe you? I guess he believed me. What have you done? What kind of crazy talk is that? You guessed that he believed you. There is no guessing about it. Okay? Why don't you? What have you done? Why didn't you? I don't know. Why didn't you? Why didn't you? I don't. Oh! Why didn't you? I don't want to ever talk about it, Martha. I wanted that for you.
Lady, I don't ever want to talk about it. Go.
I don't ever want to talk about it, Martha.
Not at her, but to her.
I don't want to ever talk about it, Martha. I don't want to ever talk about it, Martha. I wanted that for you so much. Don't carry on. I don't feel well. What happened to us? What really happened to us? What happened to us? I don't know. Whatever happened, it doesn't matter. Go back to Joe. Please go back to Joe. This is all too much for you this way. Stop talking about it.
Great. I lost it there. What were you reading?
I was thinking that I didn't finish the line before, and I was just thinking about
Reagan, let me tell you something. No. Because I love you. You're a hard worker. You deserve a payoff for the work that you do.
Mm-hmm.
But you are getting in your own way. It's nobody in this room. It's me, Jackson, and Jasper.
Yeah.
There are no stakes besides you getting out of your head and letting whatever happens happen. I'm gonna shape it if it's not the best move.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, we are all at war with you playing right or wrong in your head.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you get to let yourself off the hook.
Yeah. And I feel like I was like just literally in that moment.
Yeah, but I still see spots of it, and I'm
Yeah.
going, let this thing fly.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna get it to where it needs to be, and I want to honor. This is a very hard scene. Okay, and I know there's some angst around finding it, but I need you to free it all up so we can find it. Okay, don't doubt it.
Yeah.
Do the first thing first.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So there. Oh, you hear that? Yeah. How you just said it? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't even think about what
Well, it's the timber.
Yeah.
It's the timber that happened over here before I said, don't do it at her, do it to her. Does that make sense? At for you is not Reagan.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And it's cold and it's cut off from this.
Mhm.
Infuse the line into her.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And also, there's no wrong.
Okay.
Does that make sense? I don't care what you do.
Yes.
No, listen.
Yeah.
I don't care. Okay? I just want you to do it immediately.
Okay.
Right? And I have no judgment, and nobody here does it. Okay? This is nice out here. Be careful of not, when you look up, it feels melodramatic.
Yeah.
You've got this, right? You've got this.
The thing is, I really want to go in there. Like,
Well, then try to go in there and she'll stop you.
okay.
Does that make sense? You too. No, Eddie.
Yeah.
If you want to go in there and you don't want her to come in there, you stop it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Great. So when you came out, that felt like yes. And you could have actually taken that as a moment to really land. Meaning you came out here and you followed Francesca. You could have actually sat Francesca down, sat down here and said, does that make sense? So I think when you are having these like gone, and especially when we get into this next beat, the expectation is you're not saying the thing, so I am done talking. It has cost me too much for you not to say the thing.
Mhm.
Does that make sense? Right? And so make sure you are really trying to change
Yeah.
her whole POV. Does that make sense? Her whole trajectory.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Let's take it back. A little bit when we're out. And when you were saying before she came out with the line, what was that? Why didn't you? Yeah. You could actually keep. Why didn't you? Does that make sense? Yeah. You can keep repeating that, just so that we have it in your body, so you don't have to feel like you have to fake it.
Yeah.
Let's take it back a little bit, shall we? Free. Okay.
From before I changed.
Nope, from somewhere behind that, somewhere right before. What did you do? Why didn't you?
Okay. Okay.
Ooh. Okay.
He didn't believe you?
Ask it.
He didn't believe you? He didn't believe you? I guess he believed me. What have you done? Why didn't you? What? This is crazy. Okay, I don't understand why didn't you guess that he believed you? There was no guessing about it. Why didn't you? I don't know. Why didn't you? Why didn't you? I don't want to ever talk about it, Martha. I don't want to ever talk about it, Martha. I wanted that for you so much. So much. Don't carry on. I don't feel well. What happened to us? What really happened to us? I don't know. I think I'll make a cup of tea and go to bed now. What?
Okay, great. Let's go back. This scene. Okay, so Reagan, what made you stay back there that whole time?
I just did. I didn't have a reason.
Okay. I think her hysteria, when it's not doing what you want, let's use this as a marker to get out of there.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Anytime she starts to do that thing, rather than unveil, And you have, not only do you have repetition, you can walk away, does that make sense? You can get out of there. I also want us to have like a blanket so that when you say, like, you're gonna go and get some tea, right? I think it's all about, you need to keep this contained in a manageable container for you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So like, what if we like, does that make sense in your, like, physically in your body? Does that make sense?
Like if I don't know, like if I'm not getting what I want, then like I'll close up again and just need to, like, I'm not gonna leave.
Well, I think for her, you need to keep her in a manageable container, right?
Yeah.
Because you don't want to explode on her. You don't want to be rude. But when you're not getting what you want, you have to keep, like, it's like, listen, how many ways can you keep this contained in a container that's manageable for you? Because the more it gets like this, the more you have to deal with your own, like, uncertainty, the more you have to deal with the drama. Does it make sense? And so that she's gonna give you some truth to cut through. If not, I need to keep it contained because I may say something that I don't want to, or treat you in a way that I don't want to do. Does that make sense? So let me see the push and pull of that. That makes sense? So I think that's why I'm like, why you stand back there? Because it's like, I don't think we want to, how can we make the seemingly hysteria or beating around the bush or not talking about the thing, how can we make that like a red zone for you? Like, that's a non-negotiable. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, let's take it back. Same place. It's tricky.
It's a wild scene.
He didn't believe you?
Repeat.
He didn't believe you?
Try to get the real story.
He didn't believe you? I guess he believed me. I guess he believed me. What? What have you done? What? There's no guessing about it, okay? There isn't. Why did you, what? It's crazy. There's no guessing about it. There isn't. Why? Why didn't you? I don't know. Why? I don't want to ever talk about it, Martha.
Seal the deal.
I don't want to ever talk about it, Martha. I wanted that for you so much. So much. Don't carry on. Don't carry on. I don't feel love. What happened to us? What really happened to us? I don't know. I think I'll make a cup of tea and go to bed now. But whatever happened, go back to Joe, okay? It's all too much for you this way. It's all too much for you this way. Stop. Stop talking about it. Okay? Let's pack and get out of here. Let's take the train in the morning. The train to where? I don't know. Someplace, any place. A job, money. In a big place we could get something to do. They would know about us. Okay, we're very famous. We've been in the headlines. It's a small town then. They know more about us. They would know more about us. We'll find a place to go. We'll find a place to go. I don't think I can move. I think I'll be sitting here the rest of my life wondering what happened. Tonight's a bad night. All of you know this. Night is what it used to. But it isn't a new sin they tell us we've done other people aren't. destroyed by it. Other people aren't destroyed by it. They are the ones who have chosen it for themselves, who want it. We aren't like that. We don't love each other. We don't love each other. We don't, okay? We've been close to each other, of course, and I've loved you the way thousands of women feel about other women.
I'm cold.
You were a dear friend who was loved. That's all. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? I mean, of course I've been fond of you. We've known each other since we were 17. And why are you saying all of this? Because I love you. Yes, of course I love you too. No, but maybe I love you the way that they said. I don't know. Listen, I don't know. Martha, please, we're both so tired. Don't. I love you the way that they said. I love you. Stop that crazy talk! Stop! Oh, no, for so long I knew that there was something wrong. I didn't know what it was. Please. No, please. You're afraid of Yuri, and I'm more afraid than you. I'm so much more afraid. I have to tell you that I'm guilty. You are guilty of nothing. Yes, from the night we heard that little girl say it, I lay in bed at night after night praying that it isn't true, but I have known. I resent you for marriage, and I didn't know why. Maybe it's because I wanted you. Maybe I always wanted you. I don't know. No, you are tired and sick. It's not the truth, not a word of it. We've never thought of each other that way. We've never thought of each other that way. You haven't. Of course you haven't, but I have. Who's to say that I haven't? Okay? No, you're tired and sick. You're tired and sick. You are tired and sick. I'm sorry. I've ruined your life. And I've ruined my life. I feel so sick and dirty. This isn't the truth. This isn't the truth. We don't have to remember it was ever said. Tomorrow, we'll pick ourselves up. Tomorrow, pick ourselves up. Tomorrow was a bad one. Go and lie down, Martha, and in a few minutes, I'll make some tea, and I'll bring it to you, and you're gonna feel better. Please don't make me any tea. Good night, darling.
How we doing?
Oh.
Yeah. I still actually have no idea. The pursuit. Oh, okay. So, lovely. How are we feeling?
I feel like it's really good.
Okay.
I feel,
Okay. This is good. Mhm.
yeah, I feel good. I feel like I think what you said, not like letting anything happen, not
Yeah.
It's your idea.
Just like not second guessing. I really want to
Yeah.
get you out of second guessing, and I think that, and I want to keep encouraging it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I want you to think about like just unleashing yourself on the
Uh-huh.
scene, because I think when you do, like, you just find more. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the repetition really served. I'm sitting here because I still don't know what the pursuit is. And it's like, because then it shifts crazily. I think Francesca, the make it make sense for you still serves,
Yes.
right? I wonder, Reagan, for you, what did it feel like you were doing before the switch? Because I know what you were doing,
Yeah.
like once because Mark is the volitioner, and then it switches, right? So
I think before it was like, just like, I'm not the only one. Like, don't make me feel like I'm crazy.
oh,
Like,
Oh!
I want her to feel like the way I'm, like, I can't be alone in this, because
oh, so a lot of this, so the I guess and the is, you're receiving that as play acting, meaning like oh Lord, my glasses, my spectacles, they went far. Are you receiving it as like, everything she's saying up until that moment is like, it's sort of like denying, like
Like,
standing in
yeah.
it with you?
it's like, you're not telling the truth.
Okay.
Like, I don't want to believe that you're telling the truth.
Okay, great. So let that infuse, like the I guess, like let that infuse all of. So like when you're,
Because I want her to tell me I'm wrong then. I guess you believe me.
yes,
I want something from her.
yes. I think
reaction.
you want something more
Yeah.
definite, so you
Yeah.
keep, you know what I mean? You keep
Like,
throwing
when I
this
use the
text.
he won't be back, and then I have to say it again, he won't be back at all, because she's not getting it.
Right. You
Yeah.
go back to the change because she's not getting it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? And then when you come out, what happens when you came out? Do you remember when you first came back in? Do you guys remember?
I think I came in because she was saying, what have you done? And I was like, what have, like, it was
Oh,
the
yeah,
same
yeah,
thing.
you guys were out back here.
Oh, and then I brought her down. To,
Yes. So, but that was on the line, when you,
Why didn't you?
okay, why didn't you?
I don't want to ever talk about it.
Okay, so.
Or no, it was over here.
Yeah,
I
you
sat
dropped
down.
it. Oh, yes, that's what
I
happened.
went down.
Okay, great. Okay, great. So I do want us to have a blanket.
Oh, yes, I had one last, and I just forgot.
Okay,
Yes,
great.
I have.
Okay, so if you come back in,
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that. If you come back in and sit there, and you came back in on what line?
I don't want to ever talk about it.
Yeah, I don't ever want to talk about it again. And then you followed her, but you were standing. I think you were standing when you gave it to her. I don't want to ever talk about it again. I don't ever want to. And then you went to sit.
You sat down and I went down.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't ever want to talk about it. What happened after that? What's the text?
I never want to talk about it. Don't carry on, I don't feel well.
Mhm.
That's when I was sitting, maybe.
Okay.
I remember sitting on don't carry on, I don't feel well. I could have been sitting though. Like,
Okay, great. Don't carry on. I don't feel well.
Yes.
What's next?
Is it, what's happened? Was that, whatever happened to that teacher? Yes, and then I say stop talking about it.
Oh, yeah.
Let's have him get out.
Because it's what's happened, what's really happened to us, and then when you say don't care and I don't feel well, you left that way, because then I followed you and I said, whatever happened, go back to Joe, it's too much for
Yes,
this way.
sure.
That was in the doorway, and then you led me back to here when you said stop talking about it, just stop talking about it.
Yes.
Let's back it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's over there.
Okay, great. So I like all of this business. When you say I don't feel well, like I just want you to be conscious of where you're going.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think that's what you did. I don't feel well. You cross out of there. Know that you can cross instead of crossing back and front. You can cross behind and go up, and you can catch her. Does that make sense? And then you brought her
Yes,
down
yes.
because she
She
can't
brought-
exactly.
I brought her here on let's pack and get out of here.
Uh-huh.
And then it was all the I don't know someplace, any place happened over here.
Great. So just so you know,
Yeah.
sitting here is a stronger place
Okay.
rather than sitting there, because when you brought Francesca down, yeah, but you could do it here.
Here, yeah, and then you.
Yeah. But like I said, you can also paint the picture, and you can also
Yeah, oh, yeah.
yeah. And so then you guys can have that tete-a-tete like right here. But then it got a little not constipated in action, but we sort of like just got caught in chairography.
Yeah.
So let's take it back a little bit. This is just for like marking like spatial awareness, not necessarily for activation. So when you're there, and Francesca's sitting down, let's say you went on that side. Great, let's do the thing. Let's go away.
Trade to where? I don't know, someplace, any place, a job, money, in a big place. We could get something to do. They would know about us. We've been in the headlines. We're very famous. A small town. They know more about us, I guess. We'll find a place to go. I don't think we will. Not really. I mean, I feel as if I couldn't move, and it seems I'll be sitting here the rest of my life wondering what happened. It's a bad night tonight.
Okay, what do you want right there, Francesca? It's a bad night tonight, right? Because right now, it can get, because you're on for so long, it can get a little pity party-ish, when I think there's gotta be a hook. Also know that you've got, we can go somewhere where we can do this, and we can blah, 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 and we can do that, and then she can cross up,
Yeah.
and then you can also then cross back, or I'm afraid I'm gonna sit in this. Does that make sense? So what do you want on the end of some of these lines that you're giving right now?
I don't know. Specifically in that one, I don't really understand why she's saying it's a bad night tonight, but we might get used to it. We might as well get used to it. They're all gonna be like this. Like,
So, okay, here we go. Whoa, you both are searching for manageable outcomes. What is not a manageable outcome is for you all to be out and like that's not like what Joe was offering is a manageable outcome. You don't recognize home, you don't, does that make sense? And like and that's not manageable for you because that's living in the ambiguity, that's not, does that make sense? And so that's the shift that then starts to happen when you sit her down and you say, no, before, when you first sit her down, I don't ever want to talk about it. I don't ever want to talk about it again because that picture that she's trying to paint is not manageable. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But if you said it, and if you feel it, let's go do this.
yeah.
This is manageable, right? And then you keep going. What are the lines in the lines?
Someplace, any place. Wait, is that crop, a job, money, in a big place we can get something to do. They know about us, they're in the headlines.
Yes. Actually, it is desperation.
Yeah.
It's desperation because you can't compute which is why the play ends the way it is. Because what she's talking about is like not a part of the bargain, right? Like to know that you love her, that's fair game, but this stuff, you're not prepared to do that. You're not even equipped to do that. Does that make sense? And so that's what the fight is. And I think for you, if she is giving you all of these things, are you crazy? Considering all of everything up in between this, up until this moment is, I'm not in this by myself. I'm not in this by myself. And then you start to paint a more manageable picture, and she says, I can't do this. Somebody will figure us out. So I just want to offer that layer of like, what are you, because
Yeah, because I'm already like trying to get it out and like do it, and like this is already a sacrifice, and so the fact that she can't even like deal with what I'm saying, it's like then there's no hope.
Yes, so I just want that to be present in your pivot, right? Meaning when she starts to like decline, that's a loss.
Yeah.
And you just paid a real big fine for her to then start going back.
Yeah.
Does that make
Yeah.
sense? And that wasn't really present in here.
Yeah.
But so I just want to like turn that dialogue on that for you. So now we know what's underneath that. Does that make sense? Because I think what you've been really consistent at is like being able to tap into some even if it's surface, some believable activation around like the consternation that she feels. Does that make sense? Now I want to marry it so that the consternation is not it's not a present stream of consternation, but it is pinch, but it's like pull, push. And I think that's what it is. Does that make sense? And it's impossible. The more that what she is talking about, the more that's impossible for you, the better, right? Which is why I think the dinner table is also such a good representation of that reality one, because that's still the only way for you, okay? Because let's pick it up right from there. Let's see just what we have. I don't want to talk about it when you first sit her down.
I don't want to ever talk about it, Martha.
Landed. So this is the end of the scene for you, Reagan. Go.
I don't want to ever talk about it, Martha.
Repeat. End the scene. No thing do.
I don't want to ever talk about it, Martha. Why?
Oh, that's really far back. Okay, great. Oh God, I wanted that so much for you.
Sorry.
What's wrong?
Sorry. I don't. Are we this early in the?
Oh, do we want to do?
Are we supposed to be later?
Oh, when did you sit her down? Do you remember?
I think on let's stop talking.
Oh,
Let's
yes.
not, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, there we go. Okay, great. So you sit her down on, I think I'll go make a cup of tea, whatever, what happened, go back to the, stop talking about it.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Stop talking about it.
New thought.
Let's pack
Fix it.
and get out of here, and let's take the train in the morning. The train to where? I don't know. Someplace, any place, a job, money, in a big place. We could get something to do. No, they would know about us. We've been in the headlines. We're very famous. Let's tell them. They know more about us, I guess.
Great, let's go back. Right now, this feels like activated gray, right? Every time, cause right now, you're serving, in your pivot, right now, Francesca, you're sort of glossing, you're giving me a glossed over no, rather than poking a hole in her idea every time. Does that make sense? And on the same thing with you, Ray, you gotta blow up a different balloon every time.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah. And so I love the moment where you cross out and go, oh, I got it, yeah. Let it come to you.
Yeah.
And every time you blow the balloon, make sure it's for her to give her a pretty picture.
Yeah.
Right, let's think of that.
And I think, Francesca, it's still about trying to make it make sense rather than just shooting it down. Of each time you're trying to fill in a detail and you're hoping she has the answer for it and then she doesn't. Does that also make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Stop talking about it.
Fix it.
Stop talking about it. Let's pack and get out of here. Let's take the train in the morning. The train to where? I don't know. Someplace, any place, a job, money, in a big place. we could get something to do. They would know about us. We've been in the headlines, we're very famous. A small town then. They would know more about us. We'll find a place to go. I don't think we will. Not really. I mean, I don't think I can move at all. It seems to me I'll be sitting here the rest of my life wondering what happened. But it isn't. No, it's a bad night tonight.
Okay, wait, let's go back. It's getting a little slow, y'all. So I don't think we will. That's a good land, but it doesn't work. So then you pick up with, not really. I feel is she doesn't understand when you're saying I don't think we will, so you have to continue to paint that picture.
Yeah.
Right? And so I think that for me, Francesca is like tactic naming that is interesting, but it must come out of a loss. Like it must come out of I don't think we will. Is she getting it? And then you go to the next thing, yeah? And that's the same thing for you in the earlier beat. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's such a small beat, but I need every one of these to actually top the other. So that when you get to, why don't you, like we can do it, that is on from the losses. Because you really want her to say yes. Okay, let's take it back. But this is it. I mean, this is the shape of it. I'm just getting into the weeds, right, of the details. Okay. Convince her.
Stop talking about it. Okay, let's pack and let's take the train in the morning. The train to where? I don't know. Someplace, any place. A job, money? In a big place. We could get something to do.
Yeah, go back. Play to win. This is a good idea. Play to win. Reagan, you've got a plan, and this is gonna save y'all. Does that make sense? Okay, great. And I think it's the stop talking, you actually get a win.
Yeah, okay.
It's the first time she does it.
Yeah.
Okay, great, here we go.
Stop talking about it. Let's pack and let's take the train in the morning. The train to where? I don't know. Someplace, any place.
Yeah.
A job, money in a big place. We could get something to do. No, they would know about us. We're very famous. We've been in the headlines. A small town then. They would know more about us, I guess. We'll find a place to go. I don't think we will. Not really.
Fix it.
I feel like I couldn't move. And it seems to me that I'll be sitting here the rest of my life wondering what happened. Okay, it's a bad night tonight, but they're all gonna be like this. We might as well get used to it. But it isn't a new sin they tell us we've done. Other people aren't destroyed by it. They are the ones who have chosen it for themselves, who want it. We aren't like that, okay? We don't love each other. We don't love each other. We've been close to each other, of course, and I've loved you the way thousands of women feel about other women. I'm cold. You were a dear friend who was loved. That is all. There's something wrong with that? Of course, I'd be fond of you. We've known each other since we were 17. Why are you saying all this? Why are you saying all of this? Because I love you. Yes, of course, I love you too. Maybe I love you the way that they said. I don't know. Listen. I don't know. Martha, we're both so tired. Please don't. I have loved you. I love you the way that they said. I do. I love you. Ryan,
Martha, stop that crazy talk.
stop that crazy talk. There's always been something wrong, always, for as long as I can remember. I just didn't know what it was. Ryan,
Stop that crazy talk. You're afraid of hearing it.
you're afraid of hearing it, but I'm more afraid than you. I'm more afraid than you. I won't listen to you. I won't listen to you. Ryan,
You got to know it.
you've got to know it. Okay, I have to tell you that I'm guilty. You are guilty of nothing. You are guilty of nothing. I've been telling myself that since the night we heard the girl say it. I lay in bed night after night praying that it isn't true. I felt it then. I didn't know what it was, but I've resented your marriage, and maybe I wanted you. Maybe I want you. This is not the truth. Why? Not a word of it. We've never thought of each other that way. Of course you haven't, but who's to say I haven't? Fine. You are tired and sick.
Mhm. It's funny.
It's funny. It's all mixed up. You think you know something, and then the little girl goes and tells a lie, and then you think, did she see it? Did she sense it? What are you saying? You know it could have been any lie. She was looking for anything. No, but she chose the lie with the ounce of truth. Fine.
Yes, well, why this one? I guess they
Why
always.
this one? I guess they always know. Mine.
I've ruined.
I've ruined my life. I've ruined your life. I've ruined everything. I am so sorry. I feel sick and dirty and oh, this isn't true. Okay? This isn't true. Tomorrow, we don't have to remember it was ever said. Okay, tomorrow we'll pick ourselves up and
So I don't want tomorrow.
I don't want tomorrow. That's a bad word. Go and lie down, Martha. And in a few minutes, I'll make you some tea and I'll bring it to you and you'll feel better. Please don't bring me any tea.
Okay, great. Pause. Yeah. Hey, that was a really lovely behind. I like that a lot. Okay, so this is in a lot better shape, and we're finding some things. I had some things to throw at you to think about. Okay. This scene is very, very tricky because I think also the lines, I think you guys have to go back and get really clear, especially on your chunks, because now that you're finding pitch and ouch, I think you guys have to be very clear of like what's a repeat or does that make sense? So you know what you're actually throwing and giving each other. It's really three scenes. The first scene ends, maybe I love you in that way, listen to me, maybe please don't, there's something, I'm afraid of hearing it. Okay, great. So, for you, Reagan, it's like, it's really complex. That's why I want to give it to you so you can possibly like carve out like a beat that is all encompassing. It's like you didn't want the fantasy like world and land that she was giving you before not saying it, right? But then but then she don't care what you want to she doesn't, right? You don't get what you want, so instead you say, well, stop talking about it then. Let me fix it my way, right? And then you try to fix it your way. I think that your way is, I don't know, it's like, you're not crazy. So if she's not gonna come out all the way and say it, then how about let's just get away? Right? I think that's option B. Let's never say it. Let's just move and because it's something we both understand. Does that make sense? But then she cuts it down, which is like, what is wrong with, like, here's my olive branch, here's my saying, does that make sense?
Yes.
But then she rejects you.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Okay, then and you reject her because of the they. Right? And that's something that we haven't talked about.
Yeah.
But the they, you are not them. So I think it's so complicated, Francesca, because you can't actually, at that moment, you can't actually say the thing, because saying the thing makes you them, and you are not them, right? And this goes into, like, given circumstances in reality, one layering for you of, like, basically what she is, like, poking at you to do is admit to something that will, if you say it out loud, means that your greatest fear is true. Does that make sense? Because I don't believe that this is about for your character, the love of her life. This is about her sexuality, and never, ever reconciling or even thinking of it, because it carries so much shame. Does that make sense? And so that's why saying it, like, she's goading you to just come out and you're not. And then she starts to paint this make-believe, right? But it's so weird because she's painting that for, like, a breath to save you all. But for you, she is making a fool out of you because you're them. Right? And she's like, I can't just disappear like you off into the train. Does that make sense? So I feel like it's so many, like, little cuts at each other that is so not on this page. But it's like the nuance of this is why your heart, like, it's like you guys are sticking each other with safety pins in your heart, but you don't know it. Right? Because the thing that you're doing is trying to fix it, and that very thing is shaming you and making fun of you because you can't do something like that. What do you mean a train where that? Does that make sense? And it's also a little bit of like, you don't get it. Like, I know what it is. Does that make sense? And then the line comes out, because you start to feel the rejection, which I appreciate. What was lovely was the sweater and the cold, because you were saying things that were not true while loving each other. Like, it was intimacy and romance, and you doing that while saying, I don't love you that way. Does that make sense? Which forced you to say, she gives me this, like, it's cold, and she's there, like a partner would be, and then you say, well, exactly. And for me, that's where that rejection started to come alive. So I just want to paint, like, what the build up into it, because I think you can find more juice in that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Why are you saying that? Now you say, because I love you. That's major, and that's major, right? And I think now that we've gotten there, you both have to decide what saying it means. And I think that's a very individual conversation for both of you to have with yourselves about just what you need to pack that with, right? And then there's a whole new scene after that to say.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe I love you, Martha, we don't, right? Because then you both go back into manageable for you. And I think manageable for you is never saying that again.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And manageable for you is her accepting you as a babe and you've been carrying that your whole life, just wanting someone to love you at like all parts of you, which gets back to your you with the idea of accepting. Does that make sense? It's not my saying. So I give these notes to you to think about. But I hope this is helpful, and I love what we're carving out. I love this cross. I think right now I need to know what a kitchen is, and that's just so you guys are clear.
And not that.
Yeah, I just want you to be clear, like when you say go to bed versus I'm gonna go get some tea.
Yeah.
So if you want to make that cross, you can actually do it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? But I do like the tete-a-tete. I think, Francesca, I don't want the same picture twice.
Yeah.
But I kind of like this picture when you talk about praying, when you talk about being on your knees. So I wonder what picture we can have for the time before. Yeah. Where like what would be lovely. I think the crosses now make sense. I feel like you guys know where you're going when you're doing these things. It's really now the tackling of like what crafting that do we need to tweak. It's a really hard, it's a really hard thing, but it's like how do we encompass all of these things in your need, right? And I think right now the best way to think about it is like these 3 moments, because what you want and what you need look different. It's really 3 things. You know, so if you figure out in each tete-a-tete what you want versus what you don't want, then we'll get to some overarching. Does that make sense? How are you guys feeling?
A lot better.
So much better, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I think breaking it down into 3 parts, I think is gonna be really helpful.
yeah.
And I feel like I have like a better picture of like the whole thing.
Yeah, and for you, Brayden, I just, whenever you take more than 2 seconds, I go, because I don't think that your impulses move that way.
Mm-hmm.
I actually think they're quicker and more spontaneous than, you know, because there are people in your class who have a slower internal clock.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think yours is, which is why I every time you like lag, I'm like, because I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So just continue to like trust that thing. Right? And I think one of the challenges with the scene for you and me as well, is really understanding what no is. And no is so, like what a win and a loss is, it is so complicated.
Yeah.
Because it's like we want her to say a thing, but not say it too much. And what does that do look like?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So let's work in these 3 chunks. Let's reality 1 later the saying of I love you.
Yeah.
Right? I think Francesca, like the next part of your work is really connecting to finding something in reality 1 that's such as just an open wound as this is for this character. Does that make sense? And I do believe like this last tete-a-tete is about you saying, I'm gonna say it all, will you still accept me? Can we still take a train? Does that make sense? Which is why tomorrow is so bad. Because what she's asking you to do tomorrow is be less than you. Right? And she's hoping for tomorrow so you can go back to what was. Right? Which is manageable for you. But that's not manageable for you. Does that make sense? So that's where this scene has to go. And don't get caught in the pity of that. All the way up until don't bring me any tea. Good night, darling, is still called for. Please change it. Please accept me as, please, does that make sense? Because your consequence, if she doesn't, yeah? And that's what you're working against. And if she would just turn around. If she just didn't bring you any tea, if she just came back and said, I love you too, just as you are. Does that make sense? Ooh, child. Okay. And that is the last time I'm doing that scene for scene study, okay? Woo-hoo! Lord, it's like a 3-act play.
Yeah.
It's a 3-act play, and because of the style, did you guys watch a show? You should watch a show called Shogun. Watch, like, it's on Hulu, watch a few episodes, towards the end. I want you to see the Japanese women, because this play is also in mask because of the time period.
Yeah.
And I want you to see how these Japanese women hold what's happening, and also like the mask, because I think that's what the real obstacle is. And I think for us, a great way to think of mask is like the thing, all of the fairy tale story for you, Francesca, is the mask that is appropriate. Do you know what I mean? The loving friendship between two women that's the appropriate mask. Does that make sense? So this even gets back into that physicality that we're talking about. You know, I'd love to just see you all continue to like take that in. The way that you took the sweater in of like, it was heavy, you were reading that and you did it, and then I watched you not know what to do with it, but wanted. Did you see what I'm saying? So it's a lot that we need to see in this thing, but you guys can only play one action at a time.
Yeah. I think that's like the part that is like really hard. I feel like now is it just like changes so much.
Yes.
And there's so many things, and
You know what that means? You gotta go moment to moment, truly, in this scene, because you can't play that third tete-a-tete until all the way going through the second one. Does that make sense? So take that off the table and think, what do you need right now? Right? When you come in here, when you say gone, what you need right now is to don't do that unless you're gonna do that. Right? Keep it all together unless you're gonna do that. Right? And the more she starts, the more I know I'm not crazy. Don't do that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, because both of you guys are trying to find a way to exist in impossibility.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what's so devastating to us, is that we watch you learn, like, how much it's impossible. Does that make sense? And your job is to play the possibility all the way through, take the losses, and then pivot. And that's what these 2 shifts are about. The first one is a pivot out of the loss, fix it. And then the second one is a pivot, right? Out of a possible win. I love you. Get out of there. Does that make sense? Okay, great. I'll upload this so I can have like an actual transcript, and I'll send that to you guys.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Thank you so much, and thank you for being really patient with yourselves and the work. You know, and I'm gonna tell you something. Crafting for me, crafting is what you need for scenes like this. Because if not, you'll be in the ugly. You could be in the ugly for the whole production trying to find it. Does that make sense? And so and you have to give yourself breaks, because so many of your colleagues, the need is on the page. You know, and from the first moment I gave you this text, I said, this is tricky stuff. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And I recognize that it's your second scene with me, and there is a lot of pressure around, but you have to give yourselves like the most equitable perspective, knowing that this is a tricky scene to find. Does that make sense? And that's for any actor. I literally was sitting there today, an hour before a meeting, going, having to put myself, if I was playing both of your parts, to figure out like, what could they possibly want in saying this language? Do you know what I'm saying? And once you can figure this out, nothing will trip you up, right? Just to backtrack what we did, I started with the lines and I started asking you guys what possibly could your character want by stating each one of those lines? Like, what is that through note, right? We started with make it make sense to get you in your body, right? And get that forward movement. Also, like, for you, Reagan, if I can't do this, but I can do that, right? Just to sort of like get you working with some sort of subtext. And then we carved more of it through based off of the lines and what gave us the major shifts in the scene. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right? And we still don't have to be that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So we're gonna continue to play in wins and losses for each part, right? And we'll see if there is a culminating beat, or because it should be,
Yeah.
right? But it may be for us to see rather than for you to play the entire thing like it's one scene. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I hope you feel confident.
Yeah.
Great. And if you have like crafting questions to get into the weeds of it, like shoot it to me. But I feel like I'm not crazy after this pass at it. Yeah. I think we got the right action to you going out to change, and it really also feels like a scene.
Yeah.
Okay. Lovely. Thank you, friends.
Thank you.
Thank you. Are you okay, Reagan?
Yes.
Okay, good. Woo! That's never again.